Errol Spence fuels Terence Crawford fight rumors with this cryptic message. Find out what in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Errol Spence on his verified social media says, "Kill or be killed." And it's a picture of him going into battle and flexing for the cameras. And Derek James is behind him, trainer of the year, my trainer of the year. He got the Jamaican flag and belts and OnlyFans on the trunk. Kill or be killed. And he just posted this. So first of all, this is a dope picture. I really liked it. Second of all, it's fueling rumors that a fight with Terence Crawford could be next. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you what it is. But first, I noticed in the last 30 days, 50% of the people that watch my content for boxing in YouTube for free hit the subscribe button. That's awesome. Other 50% did not. Let me know what I could do to earn your subscription. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We working. We're going to continue to build. What's in it for you? Boxing, 24/7, all access. Your access has now been granted. In the world of boxing, you want to learn about it, your favorite fighters, the best fights, upcoming fights, the knockouts. We're going to relive all the glory right here. Hit the subscribe button. Errol Spence Jr. is owed a major apology, and I'm going to keep saying it time and time again. I hope it gets on your nerves because for years, y'all got on my nerves. Y'all told me that Errol Spence was ducking, and y'all said that this, and constantly went against the message that I put out on my channel. Now, I said that I never thought Errol Spence was ducking. I told you what the inherent problem was. The inherent problem was the size of the street, top rank, the business and Cold War and all that type of stuff. And Terence Crawford himself even said in interviews, he recently said this in the Porter Way podcast. He said, oh, now we can't say size of the street and this and that. There's no problems. There's no obstacles. But there were obstacles. Whether Terence Crawford and his team want to acknowledge it or not, there were definite obstacles. Bob Arum, Top Rank, ESPN, different sides of the street. And Terence Crawford chose his path. He chose his fate. And then when it didn't work out for him, and he finally seen that, after years of people telling him, hey, why don't you look at free agency? You could probably get some better looks, and try to throw him the alley-oop, and he didn't want to receive the ball. And, that's life. Sometimes people got to find out on their own terms. You can have a best friend, and you're like, hey, man, your girl, she's scandalous. She's cheating on you. I hate to be the one to break it to you. And they're like, nah, not my Cindy. My Cindy would never cheat on me. And then come to find out Cindy was, in fact, cheating on you. And you look dumb in the end. And you could have cut your losses a lot sooner, but you didn't trust your mans. You wanted to have faith in this Beezy and believe that she would never do you wrong. And then, surprise, she did you wrong. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what it is. Sometimes you can tell someone they're getting cheated on, but if they're in love or, in a space where they're not trying to hear that, they're not going to embrace the message. And that's what I feel for Terence Crawford. People, and this is the thing that is a bit bothersome with Team Crawford, is I always felt like they looked at everything was people hating on them and against them. And to me, that's crazy. I've always been a Crawford fan. I've covered more fights for Crawford. Like, see, now I'm just being real with you because that's who I am. I'm a real man. I'm a real person, right? And now, because I say these things, some people, they're emotional. I'm not an emotional being, but some people are. So when I say these things, they're like, oh, he's saying pro Errol Spence things. So he's an Errol Spence groupie and he loves Errol Spence. Bro, I like Terence Crawford just as much. I like both of them, pause. But I'm not going to derive and go left when I know it's right. When I come to that fork in the road, I went straight, right? So I'm not going to say lies to make anybody feel good. And the funny thing is, I've covered more Terence Crawford fights for my channel than I have Errol Spence fights. So I wouldn't have invested. These are all trips. I don't have Daniel Kinahan or somebody paying for my trips or Eddie Hearn or whoever, right? So I'm financing myself to make sure y'all had coverage for Terence Crawford for several years. Fights like Ray Beltran, that wasn't the biggest fight in the world, but I went out there to support. So I'm cashing out. And it wasn't like it was this massive lit pay-per-view card. So and that was a point where I wasn't even making as much as I make now. You see what I'm saying? And I'm still risking it to build my brand, but also to give you guys coverage. So it's just funny how these things work. But enough about that. The bottom line is Terence Crawford and Errol Spence could be fighting. Rumors suggest that it could happen the week of Halloween. And I like that because it's about to get real spooky. I remember Gervonta Davis, I think he fought against Leo Santa Cruz right around Halloween. And I just remember that had a good feel to it. Just that type of year, how the weather was, and, Tank Davis having a crazy knockout. This is a much, much anticipated fight. So I like it. I like it for Halloween, October 29th. It can't be exactly on Halloween Day because of the day that Halloween falls on. This year, Halloween falls on a Monday, so you would have to, they're not going to put a fight like that on a mundane Monday, you know what I mean? So Errol Spence, we'll find out what he means by kill or be killed, but just the fact that he posted this cryptic message has breathed new life into rumors that he's in negotiations with Terence Crawford. Again, y'all owe Errol the biggest apology because there were some of you, or at least the ones that did this, that y'all took Errol Spence's kindness for weakness and you acted like he was the holdup. And it wasn't him being the holdup, because you have to ask yourself, think, and ask yourself these questions. How is it that Terence Crawford finally does what Boxing Ego was hoping and saying he should do, which is become a free agent? And in free agency, your very first fight could be Errol Spence Jr., the guy you've been saying you're calling out and you've been wanting to fight, and the guy in the fight that has eluded you for so long. So what does that represent? What does that suggest to you? I need to know in the comment section. What does that mean if you leave Top Rank, your contract ends, you fulfill your fight deal with them, and then all of a sudden, now you get the one fight, or a big fight for that matter, when it makes sense, immediately upon leaving and suing Bob Arum. So this could have been done a long time ago. Errol Spence told you what he was going to do. He said, you over there with them, you do whatever you're doing, I'm going to clean up my side of the street. And it makes all the sense in the world, whether fans want to embrace it or not. Why would Errol Spence not want to build his profile for the last several years? Why would he not want to collect all the other belts? If anything, Errol Spence did the fans and Terence Crawford a favor. You know why? Because it's just like Walmart and Target when they started adding groceries into what they already had going. Because now you could go to Walmart. Before, back in the day when I was a kid, if you went to Walmart or Target, there was no groceries in there. So that meant you had to go to a whole separate store if you needed some lettuce. You had to go to a whole separate store if you wanted some pitted olives or you wanted some tomato paste or bread or whatever, right? You had to go to a separate store. So Walmart, Target, stores like this, incorporating that, they did y'all a solid. They did you a favor. That's what Errol Spence did. Or now you look at these stores like Best Buy. You look at these stores like Lowe's. You look at these stores like Home Depot. They got a big cart and it got gift cards. Back in the day, they didn't have that. I used to work at Lowe's for several years. I told you that. We didn't have no gift cards when I was working there. But now you could get gift cards to Chevy's or a restaurant or Mary's Pizza Shack or wherever the place is, right? You could get gift cards for Netflix right there at Lowe's. So they're doing you a favor because now you don't have to go to Amazon and order it. You're right at Lowe's buying a barbecue grill and you can buy, a gift card to Netflix or Hulu or whatever you like. So by incorporating that, they did the fans a favor because now it's a one-stop shop that has everything that you need for, like, let's say you're doing Christmas shopping. Everything's right there. You can get a Netflix gift card. You can get the barbecue grill for your husband or your father for Father's Day or whatever, right? This is in essence what Errol Spence did. He brought all the belts into one location. Crawford had the same belt since he moved up to welterweight. It was Errol that fought champion after champion after champion. And lassoed them belts together. So now he can fight one more person and be undisputed. Boom, I'm out.
The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.